All right. Today we're going to be talking about how to pass the content value test. I'm Levi Hunsaker with JillandLeviHunsaker.com, and welcome to our page. The first thing that I want to say is, what does value mean to you? Now, what I want you to do is pause this video right now, pause it, and think about what does value mean to you, and write it down before we keep going. Awesome. So now you're back live, joining us again. When we think about value, we think about people, places, and things. But the real question is, why are those people, why are those places, why are those things valuable to you? What brings value to you? What brings value to other people in those things? When you can identify that value and really bring that to someone, for me, the most valuable things are the things that give me time back, because that is the only resource on this planet that you can't get more of. And a lot of people are the same way. So think about, as you're reaching your audience, make sure that you're giving them value and things that can give them time back. So the value test, there's a few questions that you can ask yourself to know how to pass the value test. Now, the first one is, what is my intention and the purpose with the piece of content? Every piece of content you prepare for your audience, make sure that you have an intention behind it, a strong intention, a clear intention. For example, this video right here, the intention of this is to help share some tips on how to help you guys bring value to your audience. Is it working? Let me know down below. The second thing is, think about how might this specifically help your audience. When you know how it's going to help your audience, then you are actually preparing content for them, not for yourself. So, I've mentioned this before, and it's probably a pretty harsh way to say it, but nobody cares about you. Now, let me explain why I say it that way. When it comes to running your business, when it comes to your content, people are concerned primarily about themselves, right? They've got their own challenges, they've got their own problems, they've got their own things that they're trying to escape mind from, and they want to be entertained or whatever that is. But really what they're concerned about is, how do I get past this right now, whatever's in front of me, right? And that's not you, it's them. So they're looking for a solution to a challenge. So the first thing is, answer the question, what's in it for them? What is the specific benefit that they're going to get out of it? Come in with a purpose and a benefit, right? Now you're providing solutions, you're being helpful. So the question is, what if it doesn't help them? Is it valuable to someone if it doesn't help them? Think about those things. For me, if there's not a benefit and the intention is not to help me, I'm moving on to the next piece of content, right? So you want to make sure there's tons of value, just value packed for your audience. So one of the big things is, and this is a hard question to really separate yourself from the content, because you're putting your time and effort into that, but is the content for you, or is the content for your audience? If it's more about you than it is about your audience, you're not going to have a great connection. So take a step back. What's in it for them? And really ask, how can I better serve my audience? How can I better benefit my audience with motivation and inspiration, maybe tips and tricks, but be specific and be clear about that. So what I want you guys to do is think about a time when you found something that specifically changed the course of your business or the course of your life. And maybe that was 30, 60, 90 days ago. Maybe it was a year or 2 or 10 years ago, right? But think back to that specific time and the challenge that you were having at that time. Okay. And this is going to lead us into tip number 3. You are putting yourself in your shoes of the 30, 60, 90, 1 day, 1, 2, 10 year ago you. And what was the solution that you found that helped you get past the challenge that you were at in that moment? Okay. So think about a tip that you can share. Would this content help you at that time? And then really think about it and say, okay, knowing what I know now, what would I have said to myself at that time to help me move forward? Okay. Those are the things that you have learned. You've learned from experience. You've learned from sometimes the school of hard knocks, but you've learned some things, and you can turn around and help yourself at that time and really look to the people that are kind of in that same position and turn around and pay that forward. That's what really helps you pass the value content. Those 3 things, right? So what's your intention or purpose? Be clear on that. How's it going to benefit them? And think about the things that helped you, and then you turning around and sharing that content. So those are the 3 things, how to pass the value content test. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to issue a challenge here. And I'd like to do this together. So choose a topic. Pick one topic. And you're going to apply the value test to that topic, something that you do on your page, something that you do on your Facebook Lives, whatever that is, but apply the value test to it. If it doesn't pass, adjust. Be flexible. And then apply the value test again. And keep going through that cycle until you say, yep, I meet that value test. Now this is the last step. Put it out there. So with that challenge, let's have a conversation. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you were able to do, what changed, what you adjusted. Let me know how your audience responded to the adjustments based on those 3 value test items. So and another awesome thing is tag me in the video, tag me in the post. Let's share, and I'd love to see your successes. So yeah, just let me know how this benefited you and your audience, and then yeah, tag me and we can share some ideas, have a conversation on it. So wanted to throw that out there for you guys. Hope it helps. And remember, the biggest step is to take action. You got to put that content out there. So have a great night, everybody.